Alright, you made it this far. We're up to the cabin atmosphere check. So this one is a pretty fast one. We're going to start verifying that, excuse me, would help if I unpaused, verify that our cabin pressure is 5.6 to 6.2 psi, so basically between here and here. And yeah, we're pretty good on that. We'll close our direct O2. It says minimum. Actually, you could see here the actual checklist says to close it. So full clockwise, and we are closed. We should get a readout of 0.2 psi O2 flow. However, all gauges in the spacecraft are actually dead zero, which means that it will not go all the way to the bottom of the gauge unless that gauge dies. So, basically, it's going to be always hovering slightly above, and reentry has that actually modeled correctly on this gauge. Next up, we will set that to both, and the cabin pressure indicator should be less than 5.3, which it was, so we're good there. Here we can skip over some of those O2 checks. There's one thing that they don't have you do, which is the suit circuit return open. You're going to open the suit circuit return, and in real life, this would shoot up the O2 flow as it blasts the suit loop with air so that it can get rid of all the CO2 and the moisture that's built up in the lines. So anytime you open or close it, it's going to blast it with some fresh air, and it'll stay up for a while. In addition, in real life, we would perform a regulator test here. So we would close main regulator B, switch to number 1, and then push to test. And then it would rise, we would let go and watch it fall. Open B, close A, switch to 2, push to test, watch it rise, and then fall. And there you go. So in case you miss it, that was this one. We'll push it again, watch it rise, and then fall. Very simple. Switch that back to both, and then open regulator A, and that's it. And now at this point, we would want to inspect the circuit breaker. We will pull open main bus B tie from transducer 2. You can see pressure groups. So pressurization, the transducer helps control both pressure and temperature. So there's 2 for pressurization and then 1 for reading the temperature. The transducer is able to take one form of thing and convert it into another. So basically you could see O2 flow, and it converts that into an electrical signal, which is then varied in voltage to, or varied in amperage, that is, to drive the needle. It's actually varied on the milliamp scale to change this needle. Obviously, you don't want to be varying big amps, so you'll blow something, so milliamps are varied. That's how the gauges work. Untie it from main bus B. And it does actually have you close it again. And then that resets your O2 flow if you got an alarm for that. In real life, you would be chilling with main bus A open all the time on press group 2. I'm not entirely sure why, but that's just the way it is. And that does allow you at that point to open that and close that and reset it. Obviously, if you had main bus A closed and you did that, it would not reset the transducer. So just ensure that press group 2, transducer tied to main bus A, make sure that's open. And that's it. See you around for the next one.